Namaste and welcome to Youth TV Show Season 6. In today's episode, we are featuring Inspiring Women. Our guest for today's episode is Christine GLIDDEN. She is the founder of a non-profit organization, Women to Be, based in Albuquerque, USA.
Women to Be is a nonprofit volunteer organization out of the United States. We fabricate and distribute feminine hygiene products to girls and women in Nepal. We call them kits. And in a kit, you get 2 pairs of underwear, 8 sanitary pads, a couple of waterproof barriers, a couple of Ziploc bags to keep things clean, and a washcloth. Our mission is to bring girls confidently to womanhood. This year, we brought 1,000 of our kits, which were designed by Days for Girls, by the way, which is another nonprofit. We brought 1,000 of their kits to Nepal. We distributed 500 kits to Mustang and 500 kits to Bairwa. Our goal is to allow girls to stay in school and learn a skill. When a girl doesn't have some form of menstrual protection, she misses school and sometimes drops out. When a girl stays in school and learns a skill, she improves her education, she delays marriage, she has fewer children, and here in Nepal, she can increase her income for the rest of her life by 31%. It also has another side benefit, and that would be that when a girl has an education and learns how to care for herself, she grows into a woman, a wife, and a mother who cares for her children's health and the health of her husband, maybe even extended family members. And so in that way, she raises the level of health for everyone in her surroundings. I looked for help. I knew I could never do this on my own. I lack some of the skills required for an organization this size. And so I looked for people who could fill in where I'm weak. I looked for an accountant, an attorney, people good at logistics, and several other areas. And I found them. I also found like-minded people, people who felt as compelled as I did to need to do something for girls and women here who just really deserve so much more. They deserve an opportunity. They deserve dignity. They deserve a self-confidence that brings them through their lives much more successfully and with great deal of contribution to their own communities. First of all, women are women. I think women around the world want the same thing. They want some form of satisfaction in a professional life of some sort, full-time, part-time, or otherwise. And they want to have good marriages, they want to have happy children and healthy lives for everyone that they know. And so working with women like that is not difficult because I get them and they get me. However, I would say that because Nepali women and American women like myself do things differently, I had to kind of show up in these environments with an open mind, with curiosity, with a fluidity that allowed the project to kind of go the way that it was going to go. The project has a life of its own. Nepal has a life of its own, as you know. And so it was my job then to just remain focused on the mission. And the mission is to fabricate and distribute kits. As long as I kept that in the forefront of my mind, how it got done, with whom it got done, by when it got done, was kind of a little bit out of my ability to control. And I love that. I love the discovery. I love finding out what's next. I love the chaos, really, of how things are going to move next and who I'm going to move next with. That is how our future, I mean, if people think they can control what's going to happen next, they are absolutely wrong. I think we just need to be open and curious about how our lives will move, how we will make successes of ourselves as we define that. That would be the distribution of the kits. We went to Mustang, we were there for 10 days. We brought almost 500 kits with us. We delivered kits to women who spoke Nepali, spoke Tibetan, who had difficulty. We have a questionnaire so that we can track our success based on situation now and how it may look in about 6 months. They were so focused on filling out that questionnaire and getting the answers accurate. They listened because we also provide a sex education class, probably providing information that even older women never really quite had a complete grasp of. And they just were like glue to the information. They couldn't pay enough attention. And at the end, when we distributed the kits, they were so appreciative. And you know, there's this language barrier. Shame on me for showing up in Nepal and not speaking Nepali. But it didn't matter. I could see in their eyes, I could see the way that they looked at me, that they had something now that would carry them. And by the way, these kits last for 3 years. So they knew that for the next 3 years, they were going to be safe, that they could complete their lives, carry on their lives in any way that they wanted to, knowing that for the 3 to 5 days per month that they have their periods, that they were going to be okay. Giving out those kits, and in Bayarwa, we had 2 days ago, we were in Bayarwa, we had 250 women show up for one session. It was overwhelming, and it was a lot of work and organizing, etc. But I got to tell you, it was one of the most satisfying, exciting, and just stunning experiences of my life. That regardless of what latitude or longitude we happen to be on the globe, we are people, and we have a humanness and a humanity about ourselves that cannot be missed. It shows wherever you go. A lot of people in the United States, not a lot of people, but some people in the United States would say to me, hey, you know, why are you helping people in Nepal? We've got enough problems of our own. So this is what I believe. I believe that when we elevate and when we improve the quality of life for a girl in Nepal, I know my life personally improves. When we elevate the quality of life for a girl in Nepal, I think that we improve the quality of life for everyone, everywhere. And when we improve the quality of life for a girl in Nepal, we ensure that our children and our grandchildren and generations to come will grow together on a planet that shares more economic success, more cultural unity, and a higher level of health. And if that's not enough to compel someone to help me out here with this project, then I don't know what is. You know, we have 2 small sewing centers here in Kathmandu that we're trying to develop, and we're looking for NGOs or any kind of organization that would become a customer of ours. And so if you would like to improve the quality of life for a girl in Nepal, then let me know how you'd like to do that, and we can work together on this.
You can also watch our episode on youtube.com/leadershipacademy KTM. We will be back next week with a new episode. Namaste.